just started the recording. Thank you for reminding me of that. I would welcome our guests, Rahul. I see Satish. I see Ankush. So we will interact with you more as we delve into the meeting. But just stay tuned and we would love to hear from you later. The Toastmasters mission is to provide a mutually supportive and learning environment. And I would like to now call upon our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Gopal, to please take it forward. Over to you, Gopal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
I need voice. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's really great.
Morning.
Energy should be high. And for that, one thing that I would like to see is the beautiful faces on this virtual background because I am in this virtual platform. So I want to see all the faces. Please switch on your videos. Yes. Great. That's awesome. It's a beautiful morning and the beautiful faces should be on the screen and a smiley face. Yes, please, a smile. Yes, that's really great. We are here for what? For learning, for our growth. We are here for the Toastmaster meeting. And Toastmaster International is more than 100 years of organization. It's been more than 100 years. That's really great. And we are part of this, isn't it? But if it is an international organization, definitely there will be some mission, some vision. Let me tell you the mission statement of the Toastmaster International. Listen this statement word by word. We provide positive and supportive learning environment in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, if you will listen this statement word by word, it's really great statement. And at the end, I mentioned that for the personal growth, when we are spending some time, then there must be some personal growth. There must be some learning. And that is what the Toastmaster International gives us. That is also without any judgmental. We, each and everyone here in this platform, can perform, can speak out. No one is going to judge us because when we'll be going in the real life, we will perform better. That is what the statement, the mission statement of the Toastmaster International is. Now, moving ahead, we are in a meeting. There must be some ground rule. In all the meeting, there are some set of ground rule that has to be followed. And those ground rules are, it's not for this particular meeting. These are the rules of the Toastmaster International. That is global rule. The first rule is we are not allowed to speak about the sex, religion, and politics. Please avoid that. And the second rule is we all have this gadget. Please switch it off for 2 hours, or you can put it on silent mode. Please, you are being given 30 seconds for this. Do it right now, please. And the third rule is no crosstalk. And those who are in this virtual platform, please keep your speaker on mute mode until or unless you are speaking. And please respect the speaker who is on the stage. Here, the respect means is you are not cross-talking, you are not switching off your video, audio. That is what we have to follow. Now, without any further delay, let me call up on the stage our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohit. Let's welcome Toastmaster Mohit on the stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you once again. Thank you, Gopal, for that energetic start to the meeting. I have a few things to share as the presiding officer, and I would bring up a few slides to cover that. So if you can see the screen, these are the beautiful people who have recently joined us. On the left is Toastmaster Himanshu Saluja, and on the right is Pankaj Pandey. Let's keep the applause going for them. And if you're a guest and if you would like to join us, you can get in touch with me or our VP membership, and we would love to take your membership forward with the clubs. Our upcoming registrations for the biggest event of Toastmasters annual event, it's called the Oration. The registrations are open, and this will be happening in the Lee Meridian Hotel in Gurgaon from May 22nd to 24th. 2 days, two nights and 3 days, and a lot of learning that will happen as a part of it. You see the prices there, and there's all the details mentioned on the website, which you will get to see on the groups. So if you're interested, let's go in a group of 5 and make use of the special offer that we have. Only 12,499 for 3 days in a 5-star hotel with a lot of learning and networking. Next slide here, we are inching closer to our new club, which is this hybrid setup. Mostly in-person meetings would happen here, and we are inching closer to that. What you see are the names of the people who we think would be part of this entity while we continue to work together as these 3 different clubs. But we have this entity coming up shortly. So stay tuned and please offer your extensive support, which will be needed to get this dream become a reality. And finally, it's time to renew our commitment to Toastmasters. For those who are already members, the renewal amount is 7,200 for renewal from April till September. And if you are new to the club, then those are the prices that are mentioned there. We are recruiting new members, and we would love to have you on board. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to our amazing Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day today is a fitness enthusiast. She works with Deloitte. She is here oozing with energy. And if you haven't already guessed, it is none other than Toastmaster Neetal Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for an amazing introduction. So I would like to invite everyone, close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine a 1 kilometer stretch of road. Not a highway, not a marine drive, not something dramatic. Just a regular road you pass every day. Now imagine 10 people walking on the same road at the same time. One could be a CEO, one could be a delivery rider, one could be a student, one who just got promoted, one who just got rejected, and someone is late for a meeting. Someone doesn't even know where they are going. Same road, same distance, same weather, but completely different realities. The question is simple. What really determines how far someone goes in that 1 kilometer? Now, can you open your eyes and imagine, or tell me, what did you imagine when you imagined those people? What are their circumstances? What are their situation? How was your emotion associated? Anyone want to share?
So the first thing that came up in mind is that because, as you mentioned, there will be different segment CEO and the other segments. So the different league people will be around us. As a human being, first thing that we think is that what I have to do, need I to discuss with the people around, or I have to keep on going on my way only, and to whom I have to interact, whom I don't have to. Being a human, yes, of course, we have to interact with everyone, but what I have to do that things always comes up in mind.
Yes, Toastmaster Hirender. Thanks you, Toastmaster Gopal, for sharing it.
Yeah, Toastmaster Neetal. I thought of all the character that you told walking with me, and I thought how beautiful it is when we walk along with different people with different perspective. Uh, they come for sometimes they match your pace, and either you move on or they move on, and life goes on. So I thought when you have people around, it becomes easy to travel longer. That's what I thought.
Sure. So when I was writing this, these 10 people, so when you imagine CEO, you would imagine he is successful. If you imagine a delivery rider, you would have sympathized with him, with his hardship. If you might have judged a student. So we create stories instantly. But did you create or your mind did? Did that was a reality or your mind imagined it? So before reality reaches us, it passed through a filter. Can someone guess what is a filter? It's an interpretation. Your mind labels situations within seconds. You see situations as opportunities, threat, embarrassment, challenge, failure, growth. So the road was neutral, but your mind is not. So I want you to try something different. Now imagine this. You worked for a month on a presentation. You walked into a meeting room. The client looks distracted. Someone was checking their phone. Someone did not smile. What was your first thought? Rashi,
They don't care.
anyone want to take a guess? What is the first thought you imagine when this situation happens with you?
Why am I here?
True. Anyone else?
It's become so common now that I don't even notice it. If people are not noticing if I'm walking into a room or not. It's just become like, second nature now that people are ignoring you and they are on your phone. Because when I walk into a room, my wife is ignoring me, my kids are ignoring me, they are on their phones. So how do I expect anything from the strangers at this point?
Mr. Mohit, you want to share anything?
Yeah, I'm saying that
Anger
self-doubt.
and
Self-doubt, yes. So we might think, am I not good enough? Is this going
Yeah.
really badly? Or they not interested?
Correct.
But was that a reality or your imagination?
Imagination.
Nothing actually happened, but your mind already created a story. And that story will decide your confidence, your tone, your delivery, and eventually your result. Is that true?
Yes.
Rashi, you want to share anything? Master Rashi? I see
oh,
your
I forgot to
okay.
drop down my hand, huh?
So think of a 1 kilometer again. So a short phase that felt heavy, a meeting, a conflict, a rejection, a delay. Now ask yourself what actually happened. Are those facts or did you attach a story to it? Was that story the only possible interpretation? Like when someone is ignoring or someone is on the phone, is that the only interpretation you got or you have judged yourself as well in that? There can be, if someone is driving in a rush, it can be he might be getting a delay, but you might imagine he is rude. Yes, Toastmaster Mohit.
Yeah, Kunal Prem would like to share his thoughts.
Yes, please.
Yeah, morning, friends, Toastmasters. In fact, you see what Neetal is saying, that circumstances came and then we responded in a way. But my take is a little different. I think that our thoughts create circumstances, not the other way around. So we have those assumptions made even before actually what we see. And so whatever we are thinking, that gets manifested. And so I think we need to little bit of rationalize and realign our thoughts and have those positive mindsets. And I'm sure then everything will be, appearing positive. So actually we don't see what it is. We see what we want to see or want to hear. So that, aspect, I think possibly need to keep in mind. Yeah. Thank you.
So what is happening is the mind hates uncertainty. So it fills gaps quickly. It may fill it with fear, with ego, with past memories. So what are we doing? We don't react to reality. We react to our interpretation of reality. And most of the time, we don't even notice that we are doing it. So if every kilometer is shaped internally, and then we need tools. If we need tools, what they will be? The first thing is awareness. To catch the first thought. Where is your, how is your kilometer going? Is that going at a fast pace or is it going in a slow? And then ask yourself, is this a fact or an assumption? And then choose an interpretation that moves you forward. This is not a positive thinking. This is not a Gyan session. This is just a strategic thinking, as we are all caught up in interpretations. Now, if those 10 people walk the same kilometer again and we watch with a drone, what do we see? If I give you a drone footage and not describe you those 10 people, what do you see?
Only people standing with me.
It's only people walking. If you remove their title, if you remove the wealth, if you remove their clothing, on what we see, we are seeing only those 10 people walking towards the road. So now, how do you feel when you walk? Like when you go for a walk, if you are under a pressure, how do you feel? And when you go with confidence, how do you feel? And if you have an anxiety, how do you feel? And if you have a calm peace of mind, how do you feel? Can anyone want to share? If they have to walk a kilometer, but your mind is in different situations.
I'll take Neeraj, because I feel the anxiety most of the time. And if you're calm, composed, you focus on the action and result follows. On the other hand, if you are nervous, you're thinking too much, all the other thing that you should do, it's hardly you get to your target, you achieve what you trying to achieve, because your energy is soaked by all the negative emotion and you are focusing on things which you should not even think about. So that's completely take you off the track. You feel distracted, that self-doubt, I'm not good enough, what they think about me, it only happens with me. All the negative emotions overpower you and you do not perform up to your best potential. Yeah.
True, absolutely true, Trust Master Hinder. Ankush, to share your thoughts.
Yeah, almost similar to Irendaji, as Irendaji told, everything depends on our energy. If our energy is, if I'm in anxiety mode, then my energy is negative. So I will remain alone. I don't want to discuss with anybody. But if I feel confident and energetic, then I'm happy to interact with all of 10 peoples and share the experience, want to know about their journey, story, like that. So totally depend on the mood. It's really affect.
Absolutely true. Toastmaster Pankaj, you're on mute. Toastmaster Pankaj, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes. There is a two scenario. One scenario is crowded, and second scenario is no crowd. When it is crowded, there it definitely lead to the anxiety. What other is thinking? Who is coming on my way? Who is going on my way? Who is observing? So sometimes there is no peace of the mind. But the second scenario, when maybe you are late coming from the office and you are walking on the road going for a home, and there is no crowd at all, then we totally engage ourselves or thinking on the past or thinking on something which bothering in our mind.
Absolutely true. We are missing the present moment and we are in our imagination and interpretation. Toastmaster Gopal, you want to share
Yes,
something?
yeah. So one thing that I would say is it's a human tendency to have an automatic thoughts in the mind, and that also the negative thoughts. Most of the time, the negative thoughts automatically comes up, and we when we are around with the people who are from a different segment, and then we start thinking negative. Those negative automatic thoughts, negative thoughts keeps on coming. That makes us feel differently. There is a cognitively distortion in the mind. That is, we start doing the mind reading of the other people, and that is where we make the mistake. We don't have to read the mind of others. If we will start reading the mind of other, then we will start making imagination, and that will also be the negative imagination. So human mind create really negative imagination and the negative thought. But if we will start creating the positive imagination, then everything will be positive. That is what my thoughts are about this.
Absolutely, Toastmaster Gopal. Toastmaster Raja.
Yes, I can remember one story. I can relate to this situation what you are putting up. There was a one person called Mullah Nasruddin. He was sitting near a lake. He was catching a fish, but several hours passed, and he was still waiting for the fish. And then I got there and asked him that there is one more lake just nearby where many other people are catching fish and they're getting good amount of fishes with them. And then he said, is there any challenge of getting into that lake where fishes are, lots of fishes are there? Challenge is here where fish is not there and I'm still waiting for the fish. So many times what we make is we make challenges in our mind and we put ourselves in the pressure. But there is no need to be in the pressure. I can relate to this story.
Absolutely true. Yeah, I can understand. We imagine things which never happened, which are not in reality. Life is not long highway. It is a series of 1 kilometer experiments, short stretches, moment of pressures, moment of decisions, moment of interpretation. So the road is always neutral. Your mind is not. And after the direction of your next kilometer will be decided internally first. Welcome to the experiment. Let's start our meeting. Toastmasters meeting is officially divided into 3 sections. The first is prepared speeches, second is table topics, and third would be our feedback section. So the first section, I would like to invite our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Raja, to introduce his role and his track team. Over to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and does not happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give you my report. Now, I would like to welcome my team of Toastmasters, which is called Tag Team. We have grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Mohit Sahni, who will be explaining his role now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Hi all, I'm back again as the grammarian. Today I'm here basically to take note of the good usage and the not so good usage of the English language. We will celebrate the good usages so that it registers in our mind, and we will look at what are we doing incorrectly so we can improve upon that. I have brought in a word of the day and a phrase of the day, which I would highly encourage everybody to use in the meeting as much as possible when you get on the stage, whether it is a virtual stage or the physical stage. The phrase of the day today is learn the ropes. Learn the ropes means to become familiar with how a task or system works. For example, when I joined Toastmasters, it took me time to learn the ropes. Can I ask anybody to give me another example of the usage of the phrase learn the ropes? Just raise your hand and try it now. Anybody? Raja? Okay, I have Colonel Prem as well. Let's have Colonel Prem go.
So be aware about what's happening or whatever is the situation. So you will be able to solve that.
Right. I'm looking for an example of the usage of the phrase in a sentence.
Okay.
Raja, maybe you can go.
When I joined Toastmaster, then okay. When I joined the industry, then I got to know about the professionalism and I learned the ropes.
Awesome. Round of applause for Raja. The word of the day today is agency. Now, agency is a word that many of you have probably already heard, but in a different context. We've heard it like an advertising agency or a travel agency. But today, I'm here to bring the root of the word, which basically means the ability to make decisions and act independently. For example, Toastmasters gives us the agency to improve our communication. Any brave souls here to try out another usage in a sentence? Yes, Gopal, go with it. You are on mute.
In this today's world, how much agency is being given to AI that will make the difference in the people's life. So we have to make sure that agency that is being given to AI, it should not overpower the women.
Awesome. Round of applause for Gopal. Although I have a different take on it, I think in today's AI world, our own agency is a premium skill that we must work towards. But every time anybody uses the word of the day or the phrase of the day, let's show a thumbs up to encourage the person. And with that, I would hand over the stage back to our general evaluator. Back to you, Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for explaining your role in a very good way. We still have AHA counter and timer roles open. If anyone wants to take the role, then they can take. Otherwise, we will continue. No issues. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Yes.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm the timer for today's meeting. So as a timer, my role is to keep a track of the time. As you know that we are in this hustle and bustle and forgot to keep a track of our timing. As the contest season is also going on, we should be mindful of the timing we are speaking. So for the prepared speeches, timing would be 5 to 7 minutes. So at the end of 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. At the end of 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at the end of 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. And for the table topic section, which is an impromptu speech section in which guests are allowed to speak, timing would be 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And at the end of 2 minutes, I'll show the red card with 30 seconds as a grace. And for the evaluation section, timing would be 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And at the end of 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. I'll share my timing reports in the end once called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you. And over to you, General. Please pardon.
Pathak. Name, your name?
Sharad.
Sharad. Okay, Toastmaster Sharad. Thank you for explaining your role as a timer. Anybody who wants to take AHA counter role? No issues. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja, for explaining your role and your tag team role. So let's first begin with our prepared speech section today. And our first speaker is Toastmaster Vaibhav. So Toastmaster Vaibhav will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rashi. So over to you, Rashi, for explaining the purpose and objective of the speech.
Sorry, I thought I was the second speaker as per the agenda.
You want to go first?
I want to go second.
Okay, fine. So our first speaker would be Toastmaster Mehak. Mehak, you're there.
Toastmaster Neetal, Mehak is still on the way. She hasn't reached.
She joined online, right? Mehak,
She's
No worries, I'll go first then. No worries.
fine. Thanks, Toastmaster Bob. Toastmaster Rashi, over to you.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
So Toastmaster Bob is giving his speech, which is a non-pathway speech, and I'll do his evaluation on the basis of his content, structure, and delivery. And topic of his speech is the Indian paradox.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. So Toastmaster Bob, audio video check. As you're giving speech in sitting position.
Yes, I'm giving speech in sitting position.
Okay, audio is clear. Audio is clear to everyone. Yes.
Rashi, all clear? Yeah, awesome.
Yes. Okay, great. So Toastmaster Vaibhav, the Indian paradox. Toastmaster Vaibhav.
Thank you, Neetal. Good morning, everybody. On this wonderful Sunday morning, a lot of news coming out from what's happening in the Middle East. A lot of anxiety and a lot of uncertainty in the future coming up. So I thought, why not add to that and talk about the Indian paradox? So what do you think I mean by the Indian paradox? Like, what's the context here? Any guesses? Just a random guess.
Something that is quite opposite to one. We can say that the hypocrisy word can be aligned with that.
Right. So let me just share a couple of statistics and that'll kind of give you an idea. So India recently took over Japan as the fourth largest economy in the world. We all know that, right? We're very proud of that. But here are some of the facts that you might not know. The per capita income of Japan is $32,487. Can you take a guess of what the per capita income of India is?
3,000 USD.
Sorry?
3,000 USD.
3,000 USD. So India is 10 times, an individual in India is earning 10 times less than what a Japanese is earning. The productivity of Japan, of an individual in Japan, a person actually does about $83,000 worth of productivity in a year. In India, that productivity is 15,000. So there again, we are 5 times less productive than a counterpart in Japan. You know how much wealth the top 1% in India hold? How much wealth of the total Indian economy is held by the top 1%? That's 40%. So the rest of the 99% of India holds the remaining 60% of wealth. Now, if you compare that with Japan, again, the top 1% only hold 18.5%. So India being the fourth largest economy in the world, still all the metrics that we look at, a lot of these metrics that we look at does not make sense. So just by the sheer population that India has, we've become the world's fourth largest economy, not by our economic might. Because if we compare every other statistics with these countries, be it the UK, be it Germany, be it Japan, be it China, be it US, we lag behind. We are not yet there. We are still trying to learn the ropes of how to become a rich country by becoming a developed country. So we are making a lot of money, but we're not developing fast enough. Do you know what is the unemployment rate at the non-illiterate people have in India. So those who have not actually done any kind of formal education, what is the unemployment rate at that? It is 0.2%. Do you know what is the unemployment of people who have more than a primary level of education or who have actually done secondary or above education? What is the unemployment in that chunk of people? That is 6.5%. Meaning that if you are unemployed, if you are uneducated, you are likely to have a job rather than if you are educated. So of the educated people, almost 94% of the people are employed and 6% people are not. But if you are uneducated, almost 99.8% of those are employed. That basically gives you an idea of what kind of economy we have in India. It's a very, very informal economy. It is an agrarian-based economy, though it's been moving away from there and has become more industrialized, more service-based economy over the last 20 years. But again, we are not there yet. So if you look at most of the advanced countries, you will see that your potential of getting a job if you graduate from college actually goes up. But if you're in India, if you graduate, you probably won't have a job. That's the irony. So that's the paradox of the Indian economy. Now, one final point that I want to talk about is where we are at right now and how I see the future of the Indian economy. So this is all my personal opinion based on my personal research. Please do take it with a grain of salt and do not take and do your own research and your own inferences from what I'm talking about. A lot of these countries, as they develop, so if you look at China, Japan, again, Korea, the European Union, you will see that there's a term called total fertility rate. How many of you are aware of the total fertility rate and what it means? Anybody, any idea? Total fertility rate and what it means? Okay, so total fertility rate basically defines as how many child a woman during her childbearing years will have. For a country's population to be consistent, that TFR is actually 2.1%, 2.1. That is basically having 2.1 child over your lifespan will keep the population consistent. Now, most of the advanced countries, most of the developed countries are already way below that. China is around 1.2, Korea is around 1. So these countries are actually losing population at this point of time. But they are developed, they are advanced, they have automated most of their infrastructure. A lot of automation is happening, a lot of AI work is happening. But with India, we are already at 2 in 2022. So we've already reached to the point of 2. And over the next 10 years, by the time the next census happens, that number is going to be 1.8 or 1.7, basically meaning that we are already below replacement level. So the advantage that we have, that advantage that India has of a huge pool of 25 to 45 years old is going to start shrinking very quickly. And they will have to be looking after their older generation or their parents. Right now, already, if you look around, if you look at the people in your society, in your community, in your friend circle, they're not having 2, 3, 4 kids. Everybody's having 1 or 0. A lot of us are not even getting married. So India's paradox, so the paradox here that I'm talking about is that India is going to be running into that population problem where the growth of population will not sustain the economic growth that the country is looking for. So over the next year is going to be, the next 10 years is going to be very, very critical for India to basically either really, really go head on in development or be left behind where we can't really catch up. So with that, I'd like to end my speech right here and now on the Indian paradox. Thank you. Back to you, Nital.
It was kind of eye-opening speech for us to know facts about our own country and where we stand. Thanks, Toastmaster Bob, for sharing with us. And let's take a minute to give our feedback to Toastmaster Bob in the chat section. Timer, please let me know once the 1 minute is over. Meanwhile, can I have Toastmaster Mehak on the stage?
No, that's fine.
For second speech will be given by Toastmaster Mehak, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Gopal. Toastmaster Mehak, you are ready? You able to hear us?
Yes, we just started.
Oh, great. Just Toastmaster Mehak, can we start?
Yes.
Okay. So Toastmaster Mehak's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Gopal. So over to you, Toastmaster Gopal, for explaining the objective and purpose of speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nital. Toastmaster Mehak is going to deliver her speech for the preparation. It is not aligned with any of the project. I will be evaluating her in terms of the content and the delivery, how the delivery is being done. And the timer, please note, time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll say all the best to Toastmaster Mehak. Over to you, Toastmaster Nital.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopal. So Toastmaster Mehak, quick audio video check. Video is clear. Can you repeat after me? Oh, a wonderful day.
Today is a wonderful day.
Was that echoing? Can you repeat one more time?
Today is a wonderful day.
Toastmaster Gopal, is that clear? Okay, great. So Toastmaster Mehak, the high maintenance me, the high maintenance me, Toastmaster Mehak.
I can't sit on grass. I can't walk barefoot on it either. Especially if it's good for grounding as well, either. I cannot touch the doorknobs in public spaces. I have to see the food, and plates make me nervous. I will have to smell the plates before having food on it. And if I am in a taxi or in a cab, I would make sure that my hair doesn't graze against the taxi seat just because of those particles. Invisible to the eyes, but very visible to the body. To many, these are quirks. Some call it OCD, some call it being fussy, but I call it being selectively comfortable. Or what makes me feel safe, clean, and calm. Well, these are not certain things, but these are what the people mention it as the high maintenance means. Did not start very soon. Back when I was just 6 years old, it's a story of that time. When I attended a wedding in Mumbai. At that time, we were given a small room. That was the accommodation that was being allotted to us. That accommodation, well, it did not even have the beds. We were just given some worn out mattresses. And believe me, that situation still haunts me. Just those worn out mattresses, the remnants of the dried mehndi all around the room, and no a single soul to clean that up. That night still haunts me. Cut to 2023, when we were invited to a wedding in Amritsar.
The food was plentiful. The food was plentiful, music all around, and something turned when the situation of accommodation turned up. While the son-in-laws of the family were providing a plush hotel, we were given the accommodation of a century-old Haveli that belonged to some of the neighbors, well, whose taste in hospitality hasn't aged well. The furniture creaked, the worn-out mattresses, and it seems that the furniture belonged to a museum. Well, this was not enough. I saw it. The creases in the bed had some of the cooked grain rice being put on the mattresses. And that was the point where I saw this is done. I cannot take this up anymore. And I realized this is not the place where I can sleep for the night. And that's where I did what any high maintenance or any high maintenance person would do. I quickly take off the stole and and the wrap all around it myself, just as a burrito in a cocoon would do so, and kept it all over my body just so that it does not touch the ground at all, and not even the bed. Well, yes, that's how I just get over that for one night. Well, this was me. And believe me, the other situation of the washroom next day, let's take that story for some other time. Well, this person, as a high maintenance me, I did not realize that why others would just launch freely across the park, would walk over the green grass, and I would always have to take it up slow, would never do these things in the public spaces, would never want to touch the doorknobs, would never want to sit in a taxi, would never want to sit at a leather seat, not because of the fact that they're dirty, but because of those invisible things that are very visible to me, but not to others. For a very long time, I thought that why I am not like someone else? Why I am different from everyone? But that's where I realized this is what I am. This is just me. Maybe high maintenance, but I would like to preserve it for as long as I can. It doesn't matter if my friends would want to freely launch at a park. I would want to wrap the stole over the bench and would sit on this as well so that I can restrict the physical contact between the nature and me. Well, this is what I am. And as soon as I realize I have accepted what I am, and I would not matter if would carry a small bottle of sanitizer with me, would not touch the doorknobs at public spaces, would just control myself from sitting over a seat in a metro because that's me, the high maintenance. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Nathan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. What a wonderful speech. So we might have all those cricks within ourselves as well, some or the other, maybe all, maybe more. But we all have to agree. Sharing it on the public platform and open for feedback is something amazing. And that's only a platform that Toastmasters provide. So let's take a minute to give our feedback to Toastmaster Mehak. Let's pour into chat section our feedback for Toastmaster Mehak as well as Toastmaster Bob. If someone wants to still write for Toastmaster Bob.
Yes, I'd love some feedback. I thought nobody wrote anything about my speech, so
Yeah, you have thrown with lot of facts to us, so everyone is still processing. Should we celebrate or should we cry? So let's continue where we paused. So we asked if the road is same, what are we carrying while we walk? Because clearly the difference is not the pavement, it's not the traffic, it's not the distance. It's in which each person brings into that kilometer. It's what they bring into that kilometer. So let's take one of those 10 people, the person who just got rejected, one among them. So now the road has not changed, the buildings haven't changed, but what are they carrying? Any guesses? So what is the rejected person carrying with him while he was walking that 1 kilometer?
Guilt.
Yes. So he's carrying guilt, rejection, self-doubt, comparison, embarrassment, anger. And now imagine that one person who
Determination to do a better thing next time.
and now imagine the person who just got promoted. Same road, same weather. What are they carrying?
Energy, enthusiasm
Excitement.
to achieve something more greater.
Yes, absolutely. Confidence, relief, term, validation. Let me ask you a question here. How many of us seek validation for the things we are doing in everyday's life? How many of us wait when we cook something good for a praise from their siblings, parents, or spouse if guys are cooking?
Yeah, I do.
So the kilometer is same, but the weight is different. So now let's observe something subtle. If you carry doubt, how do you walk? Yes, Toastmaster Rashi.
Your physique will show it like you're not confident enough, you're doubting yourself. Every step will be not that confidently taken forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, Toastmaster Raja, you were saying something.
Hello.
Yeah, you were saying something.
Now I forgot that point.
Okay. Yeah. So if you carry doubt, how do you walk? Slower, looking down, less aware. You're not seeing the surroundings. You're not observing what's happening. You're into your mind. And if you carry confidence, how do you walk? More upright, more alert, more open. So again, the road did not change. So what changed? The energy, the attention, and your behavior. So now imagine this. At 500 meters, there is an opportunity. Maybe someone say hello. Maybe someone offers a connection. Maybe there is a chance to speak up. Now imagine how do the walker with confidence will take it and how the person with self-doubt will take it. The opportunity which lies in next 500 meters. Anyone want to share?
Yeah, the person who is doubting himself or herself would not see these opportunities because they are not actually in the moment trying to get to something better. They are doubting themselves and they are thinking in themselves only. So they will not be aware of more opportunities which are coming forward. And the other person will be opposite. Like they are confident, they are looking forward for some more challenges and yeah, more opportunities.
Absolutely. The same opportunity, different responses. And from that one response, your direction may change. And the person with confidence will try to grab the opportunity, and with the self-doubt, he will keep still doubting the opportunity itself. So now think about your 1 kilometer, the 1 kilometer which was long or which was short. It can be a meeting, it can be a call, it can be a conversation, it can be a gym session, an email, a networking event. So when you walked into something, did you already assumed they won't listen, I'm not ready, they're better than me, this won't work? Or like Toastmaster Rashi yesterday backed out of the speech. So Toastmaster Rashi, why did you back out?
I did have a 2 minute slot speech today, which you
Oh, I missed.
didn't
I'll give you.
invited me yet.
I'll
I
give you.
still I still took up speech.
So how many of us walk into a room or walk somewhere in with an assumption already? And how did that impact your presentation or your conversation? Anyone want to share their experience?
I'll take 30 seconds, Neetal. Uh, it's not that we choose to be nervous or we choose to behave like that. It's our preparation. If we spend time on our preparation, I think automatically our body reacts and we feel in a different way. If we lack preparation, commitment, I think that shows up as well with the sign that you just mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. Preparation is one thing. Definitely makes a difference, but our assumptions and our interpretation also does. So if you carry an assumption, if you carry a negative assumption, you will speak less, you will avoid the eye contact, you will not volunteer, you will not ask. And opposite will be when you go walk in with a confidence, when you already think you own the room, you have already won. So this all things what we read about in all motivational books, that matters a lot in everyday conversation. So Master Mukti, you want to share something?
Yes,
He's not like
Toastmaster Neither. Was that? Did you call me out?
you want to share something? You came on with
Yes.
camera, so
Yeah, that actually reminds me of a time when somebody asked me what's the difference between these top institutions like, let's say, IITs or IIMs versus the B grade or C grade institutions when the syllabus that is taught is exactly the same in both of these categories of universities or colleges. So I was trying to find for an answer and I asked somebody who I look up to, and he said that the only difference is that people in those A grade colleges, they have that feeling that they are already up there, they are already better than the others. They have that confidence, so they ask more questions. They ask more questions. They come forward more enough. They raise their hands every time an opportunity comes up, and over time, that ensures that those A grade colleges always remain A grade, and those get better placed, better opportunities, and that's a cycle. So if we want to overcome that cycle, then like you rightly said, we must work on our mindset more than anything else. I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Yes, absolutely right. Where we work, what we have done, education, everything matters. Let me ask you one more question. If you carry the same story every day into every kilometer, what happens? If the self-doubter always doubt, what happens? If the confident person be confident all the time, no matter what is the circumstances, what happens? So nothing changes. If the self-doubt keeps doubting himself, even if the opportunities are wonderful, nothing changes for him. And the opposite is true for the person who is with confidence. Just remember, the road is neutral, our mind is not. Our reputation will be more powerful when we do it with confidence. So now we know something. The road does not decide anything. What we carry influences what we notice, What we notice influences how we respond, and how we respond influences what unfolds. So, which means two people can walk the same road, but over time their direction quietly begins to separate. And the separation did not begin at the destination, it became inside the kilometer. So now the real question becomes, if what we carry shapes the road, can we choose what we carry?
It's a muscle we build with time. It can't be done in one day. You have to every time whenever you feel that something is happening in your head, in your mind, you have to be aware of that, and you have to remind yourself that the road is neutral, but your mind is not.
Absolutely true, Toastmaster Rashi. So with this, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Hirinder for our next session of table topics. Over to you, Toastmaster Hirinder, who is also our president of the club Storytellers. A warm welcome to Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal, for a beautiful session and eye-opening speech by Bob. I'm still thinking in the facts that you shared, Bob. And today's session reminds us that we all get same energy, same opportunity. It's that how we use them. And here is a great chance to learn the ropes of being a better communicator, influencer, and use our potential to be a better conversationalist at least. So we'll start the impromptu session of speaking, and the impromptu session of table topic we will like to do in I would like to give chance to all the offline people, those who have reached the offline center first, and then we'll switch to the online if everyone okay is with that. Thank you. And I would need Toastmaster Mohit Sahni to help me with the nomination. Whoever wants to try the impromptu table topic first, so that we can start.
Yes, Toastmaster Hirinder, Toastmaster Sharad has his hand up. So that's
great. Can we have him in the front?
Toastmaster Hirinder, can you just confirm my audio video is okay?
Yeah, your audio video is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to ask a very basic question before I give you a topic. Do you like Holi?
Yes.
Great. So I have categorized topics into two different categories. One, the people who like and play Holi, and others, those prefer not to. So since you said yes, so topic for you is, if you could throw a color of positivity on the world, what would it be? I'm repeating. If you could throw a color of positivity on the world, what would it be?
Okay. So I think, in my opinion, there would be not a single color which I would like to throw. Instead of that, I would like to throw many colors, because each colors depict a different emotion or behavior. I can resonate with it. So if I say you that we have many friends uh, in our friend zone or friend in our culture. So we don't have we have separate friends for, like, say, for trekking, for going for a trip, or for Toastmaster community, or for workplace. So likewise, we don't stop ourselves with just one kind of nature of friends. Similarly, we cannot say for one color that could be the perfect for one scenario. So I want to say it like we must have at least three colors that are basic in nature, that is red, blue, and green. And by the combination of these three colors, we can have as many as color we want. just a mixture of these three. Similarly, just if we have three positivity, three positive characters with us, and by them we can cultivate as many as we can. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Yeah, we definitely need a good mixture of all the colors being positivity, especially in the world, what's going on at the moment, looking at that. But thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Sharad. Can we have our next brave soul for the table topic? Yeah, Mohit.
Maybe we have Mehak and I in the room now, so you
Right.
can
You want
choose
to
any
try,
of us.
or shall we ask from the online?
I would like to try.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
perfect. I specifically have a topic for you. So it's not, I'm not going to ask if you like Holi. I know you like. Okay, you ready?
Yes, Virender.
Okay, so the question or the topic for you is, how do you stay motivated in difficult times?
How do you stay motivated in difficult times?
Yes.
Who told you that I stay motivated in difficult times? Just like everybody else, I am no different. I have to do something different to stay motivated in difficult times. There are times when I cringe, I complain, I feel that I'm not good enough or strong enough. But the good news is that I have this beautiful community of friends, those well wishers who come and take me out of the ditch and get me back on my path towards staying motivated. So there's nothing special that I do, but it's this beautiful community. A lot of the people who are present, those smiling faces, all of you in the room here are the ones who help me stay motivated, stay calm, composed, so that I can get my uh, plane back on the trajectory where it should be on, so I can, continue on the path to reach my destination. There's a beautiful thing that I recently read somewhere. It says that a plane, when it takes off from a starting point and towards a destination, for the 90% of the time, this trajectory is off track. And the pilot's motive is to continuously work towards bringing it back on track. And that's exactly what I do. I decide my destination, I decide the trajectory, and with this beautiful community of friends and well wishers, I try to keep my plane on the trajectory. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Hirinder.
Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Mohit. I'm kind of feeling good that even Supermans have doubt, and they are human, because you never have shown your that part, especially to us. I always feel that you are, when it comes to communication, you are the Superman, and we all look forward to at least try and follow your path. But thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Mohit. Okay, now I can see Rashi and Gopal. So maybe I can go with Gopal first, Rashi, if you're okay. Thank you. So Gopal, do you want to pick a topic with related to Holi, or shall I give you a random one? Which one would you like?
Anyone, I'm okay. Whatever
Okay,
you
so
like.
okay, great. So I'll give you anyone. Share a habit that improved your life.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hirendra. So we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, that we know already, that the subconscious mind that go on the autopilot mode. And we have a book with the names The Power of Subconscious Mind, right? And it is very good book where we have learned that if any habit which is being built, which is being made, if it is positive, then it will definitely have a great impact on our life. But I have a little different option or the different perception. I'm not saying that the subconscious mind is bad. I'm saying that why to focus on the subconscious mind? The reason is how the subconscious mind is being built. It is being built through the conscious mind. Then why we should not focus on the conscious mind? Any habit that we are building today is because of the conscious mind, because we consciously tried that. So we should focus on the conscious mind to build any habit. For example, I am a right-hander, and I thought that why I can't use my left hand. And how I started doing my left hand is in the morning, I started brushing my teeth with the left hand. Now, after few months, I subconsciously, it happens that I start doing brushing with my left hand. So the power of the conscious mind that make all those things on the autopilot mode. So we have to focus on the conscious mind. We have to build that conscious mind, that much conscious to build the habit that it is really powerful. So I would say that the habit that I have built is the left hand brushing. So I'm using my both hand. That is the habit that I have built in last few months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Gopal. And I could completely relate to the moment you said the power of subconscious mind. I just got to see my book. I am also going through the book, and I could absolutely relate what you said. Conscious mind is the CEO, if the way it was described, is the CEO of our brain functioning, and subconscious mind is just the object, or you can say slave of our conscious mind. Whatever we think, that subconscious mind is there to fulfill. If we think we are good enough, subconscious mind supports us. And in the other way, as Neetal said, if we feel about ourselves, we are not good enough, we can't do that particular thing, our subconscious mind supports you in not able to doing that thing. So with that, let's go to the next speaker. In the chronology, I can see Rashi's hand came first. So Rashi, are you ready?
Let's go with guests first. Let's go with Ankush.
Okay. Nital, your voice is low.
I said let's go with guests first. Let's give a chance to all the guests.
Okay.
Okay. Ankush, we can start with Ankush.
Okay, Ankush. Can't see Ankush. Okay, Ankush Rana. Ankush. Okay. So the topic for you, Ankush, is which color best? Ankush, can you hear me?
Yeah, Hirendraji.
Okay, Ankush. So the topic for you is which color best represents your personality?
Actually, generally I like blue color, but my personality.
If you want, I can change you. I can change this topic. Shall I give you another one?
So like actually, I'm very transparent, like blue color. Watercolor is also like sky blue a little bit. So I'm very transparent and supportive person also, as in by nature. So I'm always try to help people's which I can do in any way in my office, like if I can train something my down the line. So I will I will select sky blue colors. Yeah, which suits me a lot.
Great color, Ankush. Transparent is the best color, I think, especially if you're relating that to your personality, and being helpful is a virtue. Not anyone and everyone can afford being helpful. Anyone, we now see what we can get from others. Then only we open to help someone. But if you're open to help and you're transparent, perfect, buddy. Okay, who should we pick next? Anyone? Any other guest? Satish or Rahul? You want to try?
I can make an attempt.
Sure. We are here to make an attempt. Okay, I'm giving you another topic is talk about the best advice you've ever received.
Thank you for this wonderful topic. I think there are so many advices I received in my life. But the best advice I think is never help others. Because in my experience, whenever I help somebody, they all became my enemies. I think there is in every person there is a complex. I remember once I was a invigilator in one exam. So one student was able to understand the question. So I just helped her to make out what it is, and somehow she got out of that and performed very well. But what happened, after that she never bothered to look at me, bothered to mind me, because she think it is I helped her unnecessarily and made a fuss out of it. Because we all, when we help somebody, they are in a inferior situation. They are in some sort of helplessness. So this helplessness, they are taking our help. But when they are out of that helplessness, they think that it is something intimidating them by remembering this help. So I think better not to help somebody without their request. And everybody come to us when they are in need only, and when they satisfy their need, they will escape. And in many of the time when we lend money, they are the worst enemies. So this is my advice I got. Thank you very much. Over to the Toastmaster of that.
Thank you, Satish. I think it's a life lesson. If you're lending money, lend up to a limit where you can forget that you have even lent it. Otherwise, don't lend money, especially to friend. You're turning them to your enemy if you're helping them money with the money. And I could completely relate. I have few friends I've lent and they don't even talk to me. It's not that I ask the money. In general, also if I call, they don't generally, they don't feel like picking and talking to me, even though we don't ask. But it's a life lesson. Okay, Simi, can we have Simi? Yeah, Simi. So topic for you is, what makes a day perfect for you?
I would say the imperfection in the day makes perfect day for me. When I'm getting up in the morning, I'm all set to get all the unknown things throughout my day. I get up with a plan that I made last night to tackle many things throughout the day. That sets a tone for my day. However, I keep getting different requests that keeps me out of the plan, but not out of my mind. So I'm still remain sane with my calendar, with my day, because I welcome new things, new opportunities, new problems to solve. Earlier, in my past days, in my childhood, And when I was growing up, that was not the case. I used to get anxiety, a fear, and some negative aspects of the things that this thing is going to derail me or will not let me achieve what I have planned. But I have worked on my mind. I have learned the ropes and have built agencies which help me take positive out of the things. Now I have set myself at the place where more than at the receiving of things, I'm at the place where I'm solving problems for others, for myself. That sets the day for me. And the same, I'm helping my kids to learn how we have to welcome each and everything coming to us with a happy and positive and smiling face. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Harinder.
Thank you for sharing that, Simi, that you're focusing on process, action, and helping other is the key. And I would learn to you how you set your kids to to behave that way. I don't find my kids behaving that way. They're still fighting in the other room, and I have to shout in between. Okay. So next is Toastmaster Vaibhav. Toastmaster Vaibhav. So the topic
Yes.
for you would be, what does the spirit of forgive and forget tells you? What does the spirit of forgive and forget tells you?
Thank you, Toastmaster Harinder. So if I'm lending money to somebody, the amount I should lend, as we've discussed already, is something that you can forgive and forget. The spirit of forgive and forget is very important in any kind of relationship where you really want to work on the relationship. If you cannot forgive somebody for small mistakes, and if it keeps getting piled up and piled up and piled up, it becomes, you start resenting that person. And one of the things that really helps you forgive somebody is to actually also forget uh, past discretions, right? So if there's something that somebody has done that you feel has wronged you, your ability to actually be able to just forget about it lets you move on. If you keep it in your mind, and if you keep playing with it, then that becomes toxic for you as well, and that actually makes your other relationships suffer. So the ability to forgive and forget is not only good for you and your relationship with that person, it's also good for your relationship with yourself, because then that toxicity goes away from your head, and also helps you with your relationship with other people. So I think, yes, it's very, very important to be able to forgive and forget. It's not easy. I think meditation is one way of going about doing it. Calming your mind, doing meditation, yoga is some of the really good things that that we talk about, that really helps you with being able to move on in life. And for those who all are married here, I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you how important forgiving and forgetting is in your relationship. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Harinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Weber, for explaining and sharing that beautiful insights. Anytime you speak, it's a treat to listen to you. Now we'll take one last topic for the day, Raja. So the topic for you is, where is the topic for you? Just made a note. Yeah. Tell us something that makes you excited as well as skeptical anything that makes you excited as well as skeptical also.
Thank you, Toastmaster. One thing that makes me both excited and skeptical at the same time is artificial intelligence, that is AI. I am excited because AI has the power to transform our lives today. Tasks that once took hours can be done in minutes. I've seen one LinkedIn post where one person had shared the example of her dadi who was making laddus for him. And she put the photo of all the thalis and AI or chat GPT calculated the number of laddus are there on the thali. But at the same time, I am skeptical because when something becomes too easy, we risk becoming too independent. Are we thinking less? Are we losing our ability to struggle, to learn deeply, to solve problems on our own? There is also an uncertainty. Will AI replace jobs? Will it change how we define human value and contribution? This is a take from my side.
Thank you for sharing, Toastmaster Raja. I hope we had a good session and we used our agency to overpower our conscious of not speaking, or we improved. We learned the rope of overpowering our fear and tried speaking impromptu. Thank you so much for participating. Let me hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Nital. Toastmaster Nital, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hirinder. Amazing session. And I can see the excitement among the people who did not get a chance, and someone is not ready to forgive me. So let's have a big session next time. Okay, coming back to the teamwork theme, I will take a minute to conclude and then pass on the stage to our general evaluator. We have understood that what we carry inside our mind affects where we are walking into. So either we are walking on a road or a meeting or a conversation. But what we carry within us matters a lot. So how we can change this? We can change it by reflection. But reflection without an action means nothing again. So I would like you to take up a challenge for next 7 days. Do 3 things. One is, before you enter any important meeting, a conversation, a gym session, or a presentation, ask yourself what you're carrying into yourself. What you're carrying into this. Label it. Doubt, pressure, comparison, ego, fatigue, confidence. Then make one intentional adjustment. Don't try to change your personality, transform your personality overnight. Just make one adjustment. If you're defensive, choose curiosity. If you're anxious, choose preparation. If you are hesitant, choose participation. And if you are irritated, choose composure. So one shift, nothing dramatic, but intentional. And then after it ends, after your kilometer ends, ask yourself, how did I show up? What did I carry? What did that create? So no self-criticism, just the data, because growth is built on the feedback and the feedback that we will have in Toastmaster session now. So do this for 7 days, not forever, just 7 days. If it works, carry along. If it doesn't, you can drop. But if nothing changes, you lose nothing, absolutely. So if direction shifts, you will know it did not happen by accident. It happened because you stopped walking unconsciously. I'll end my session for today with the theme session, and I'll hand over the stage to General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nital, for explaining your theme in a really good way. And now I would like to invite Toastmaster Rashi, who was evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. And thank you so much for this wonderful speech we all got to hear today. So the topic was really impactful, the Indian paradox. The statistics which Bob shared and the whole structure of the content of the topic was really very good. And this like how he started with sharing the GDP, how we have became fourth largest economy, and then per capita income, and then what is the striking gap between the rich and poor. Those whole statistics, I'm sure we all must have heard or read somewhere, but putting it across together and making a point to share it here was I felt was really impactful. The challenge I would ask you to try next time is you asked me to evaluate on the structure and content part, which was really great. The delivery part. So when you're sharing something like this impactful and the audience is really not ready for it, so I would say if you want to make some point, please break it up so that after the end of the speech, I'm sure many of us will keep thinking about it for a longer period of time and it will stay with us. But what you really want, just to make people aware or something else. Whatever your intent might be, it should come across at the end. You shared those statistics, we heard them, we are aware of them, but we are like on a loose end. What should be the next thing? So that is the thing I would say, that next time when you are sharing something this impactful, please at the end share something which you intend the audience to do afterwards, or maybe it can be like an informative thing which we got aware of, but I still feel that there was something incomplete in the end. And overall I would say the content was really great, and the delivery, next time please get up from your comfort zone and deliver it while standing. That is the only thing I would say. Rest all of it was great, and I really was. I will think about it, and we all will think about it for a longer period of time. That is, I'm really sure of. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Raj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi, for evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Bob. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Gopal to evaluate speech of Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. When a speaker come up on the stage, the three things that are subconsciously attracted or attention given is by the audience is the dressing sense, the confidence, and the facial expression. I would say that speaker was great with all these three things. Good dressing sense, confidence was there, and the face was smiling throughout the speech. That was really awesome. Good content, good delivery. But now, how the speech can be taken to the next level where the wow moments are coming from the audience, where audience are saying that, wow, what was a speech? For that, I would evaluate in the two segments. The first is the content. In terms of content, I would say that within 5 seconds, because within 5 seconds, we have to attract the attention of the audience, which is not easy. In these digital world, we have a very less attention span, and we have to make sure that we are getting that attention very fast. And that can be done through some questions, some quote that shake up the mind of the audience, or some humor. For example, we can say that high maintenance me. Is it in my mind, or you're also thinking that let's have a look at this? Something like this. This is a very vague, very small example that I have given, but you can think of that, how we can make that. Now, next, in terms of the delivery. One thing that I noticed, the same pace of the volume was there. There was no variations. Why? There should be some pause. There should be some volume down. There should be some volume highness. That has to be there. And one more thing that I noted was when we are using gesture, It should not be just for the sake of that we have to use the gesture. The word that is being spoken and the gesture which is there, it should be aligned. For example, and that was the point, but the speaker face was smiling. Why that smiling was there? That actually questioned the authenticity of the speaker, that what is being spoken is not aligned with the gesture. The smiley face has to be there, but it should not be throughout. As per the content, it should change. Like, and that was the point. The facial expression should be changed. It should not smile at that time, because that will question the authenticity. And it happens subconsciously in the mind of the audience. Overall, I would say that speaker was really great, confident on the stage. Body language was great. Lucid voice was there. Just speaker has to work on the quick hookup and the voice moderation. Over to you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopal. Now over to grammarian of the day for his report, Toastmaster Mohit.
Hi, Toastmaster Raja. Hello, everyone. I'm back with my report for the day. There were some really amazing usages of the English language today, which I made note of. Like there were words like distracted, color of positivity, life lessons. Hirinder used these words. Pankaj used interpretation, human tendency, cognitive distortion. This was used by Toastmaster Gopal. Autopilot, another word used by Toastmaster Gopal. Raja used challenge as the word, and I particularly like your fish story, very motivating. Neetal used neutral interpretation, assumptions, a lot of good usages from Toastmaster Neetal. Sharad used hustle and bustle. Bob used paradox, irony, grain of salt. Grain of salt, by the way, means take it lightly or don't take something very seriously. If we say take it with a grain of salt. Mehak used selectively, comfortable, worn out. Another set of good usages from Toastmaster Mehak. Haunts, furniture creaked. Rashi used the word comfort zone. And Satish used helplessness. Now, there were a couple of things where I think we can improve. Like somebody said, this did not start very soon. Instead of this should have been said as this did not start recently, or this did not start anytime soon. Somebody used Hindi words like dadi and laddu. So we could change those or translate those into the English language so that it becomes natural for us to speak in English. Somebody said, I quickly take out my stole. The correct usage should be, I quickly took out my stole. Now, in terms of our word of the day and the phrase of the day, I don't think anybody used the word of the day much. So I encourage everybody to use agency, the word of the day in your day-to-day usage. Learn the ropes was used by Hirinder thrice and Toastmaster Simi once. So kudos to you. And that's all my report. Back to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Now I'll submit my report as general evaluator. Then I'll invite Toastmaster Sharad for his report at the time.
Thank you so much, General
Do you
Manager
want
Toastmaster
to?
Raja.
Okay.
Am I audible? Visible? Toastmaster, could you please confirm if I am audible, visible?
Yes, you are audible.
So, in the prepared speech section, Toastmaster Vaibhav took 8 minutes. Toastmaster Mehak took 6 minutes 19 seconds. In the second table topic section, myself took 137 seconds. Toastmaster Mohit took 140 seconds. Toastmaster Gopal took 2 minutes 19 seconds. Toastmaster Ankush took 1 minute 10 seconds. Toastmaster Satish took 2 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Simi took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Vaibhav took 2 minutes 2 seconds. And Toastmaster Radha took 1 minute. In the last and evaluation section, Toastmaster Ashif took 3 minutes 10 seconds. And Toastmaster Mehak took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Overall, except one speaker, all are in time. And yeah, that's the timer story for the day. And over to you, Toastmaster Radha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Now coming to my report as general evaluator. The presiding officer started the meeting with the example of Gurudwara, which was a very good hook to start the meeting, to take the attention of all the audience. Then he welcomed all the new joinees of the club and welcomed the guest also. And I like the cutoff by TM Neetal to start the recording, to keep a tab on the meeting. And it was also a very good idea to share the photos of new joinees, to increase the motivation of other members and guests. Then Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neetal started with a good story of running on a road to identify interpretation in our minds. I can relate this to a story. I want to share one very small story. I was invited as a guest in someone's house, and there were two children who were playing at the door. And me and my friend were discussing something inside the house, and suddenly both of the children started arguing. And I asked them what happened. Then one of the children said that he has taken my car. But I said, where is the car? Then they said that whoever sees the car first who's coming on the road, it is his car. So I've observed that black car came and I observed it first, but he's saying that it is his car. It is totally wrong. Then I observed that the driver of those cars do not know that their car is of these children's. And similarly, these things happen in our mind also. We interpret so much, so deep, but it doesn't have any meaning. So I like the concept of interpretation, which is explained really well by Toastmaster Neetal. Then grammarian of the day beautifully explained the word of the day, sentence of the day, and motivated other people to use those words. Then both evaluators explained about the speakers. Toastmaster Hirinder took very good topics related to Holi also. And evaluator one, Rashi, she started with the appreciation, then given the feedback. But Toastmaster Gopal had started with 3 points which people observe, which was a very good hook. But my feedback for Toastmaster Gopal, please keep a tab on time also. We have to be in the time. Otherwise, very detailed observation from your side, good evaluation. Grammarian, Toastmaster Mohit, you have submitted very detailed report appreciating each and every person who had used good words and not named the person who had did mistake. It was a very good sign of a good evaluator. That was all from my side. Over to you, presiding officer Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. And with that, like all good things, we are in the tail end of the meeting. I would urge the guests to share a quick feedback. We have to keep it really quick so we finish the meeting on time. So let's go with the
voting link.
Yeah, if somebody can please put the voting link on the chat so everybody can vote for the best role players today. And the timer, let's give it, say, 1 minute. Yeah. We can have a quick feedback from the guests who are still present with us. And Pankaj, if you are here, this was your first meeting. Would love to hear from you in 20 seconds if you are around. Pankaj, would you like to unmute? Okay, looks like something wrong with Pankaj's connection. Anybody else? Any quick feedback from anyone?
Am I audible?
Yes, Pankaj, you are
Yeah.
audible. Great to see you. Yeah.
Yes. Very good afternoon to all Toastmasters. It is Pankaj Pandey. I have been in Toastmasters. Just a minute. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Am I
Pankaj, we
audible?
can hear you.
Yes. So, sorry for the problem. Very good afternoon. It is Pankaj Pandey. Today was my first session. It is very, very wonderful and very interesting. I'm very happy to be the part of this club. Before that, I just give a bit intro. It is Pankaj Pandey, working in the bank, and I living in Delhi. Due to the transferable job, I have been there in the major city of Gujarat, like Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Rajkot, and now transferred back to Delhi. I have started my Toastmaster journey from Ahmedabad with Ahmedabad Toastmaster Club, and there was another club called Heritage Club, again in Ahmedabad. But after, due to the personal obligation, I have to drop the Toastmaster journey and to focus on this. But now I have to back again with the Toastmaster journey. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful to have you, Toastmaster Pandey. Ankush, would you like to share a few words about how you felt about today's meeting?
Sir, very nice experience to join today. So I also my main purpose to upgrade myself. That's why I join. I connect with Nital, and today I feel I connect with very few good personality people like you and some other people also. So in future I also want to connect with all of you to upgrade myself.
Sure, Ankush, you are
Great,
in the right
great.
place. Great to have you. And if you would like to take your membership forward, please get in touch with Neetal or any one of us. We would love to have you. I think is the 1 minute up? Yes. Okay. So with that, we come to the end of yet another amazing session. We would come back again next week with even more energy, even more enthusiasm. And for now, best wishes and have a good week ahead. We will do a quick coffee. After that, we can close the meeting. So Mehak, let's just run here and let's do it now. Somebody from the
I'm requesting everybody to turn on their camera and
yeah,
show their favorite emojis.
please turn on your cameras and somebody from the online can click a picture.
Here.
Okay. We have multiple cameras here. So yeah. Is somebody clicking?
I took one.
Thank you. All right then, with that we close this meeting. Thank you and bye-bye.
Wish you a very happy Holi.
Happy Holi, everyone.
Happy Holi. Bye.
Thank you. Happy Holi.
Mhm.